Hey guys, welcome to the Black Dow, and let's just jump right into it. I want to go a little bit over the markets, and then I want to share an article with you guys that I think is really important because it kind of talks a little bit about the financial situation that we're in as a crypto community. So hopping right into the markets right now, we'll see that there's been a lot of kind of confusion and maybe some frustration and kind of fear in regards to whether or not the crypto markets are going to go down at all. And as of right now, I've just been monitoring things, kind of seeing how things are going. I did see that Bitcoin dropped to 32,000 or so a little bit earlier in the day. Today's the 9th of June. And earlier when Bitcoin and Ethereum dropped lower, I kind of just held my position. I'm in a very comfortable position. I love my position. I have some alts, I have some Bitcoin, I have some Ethereum. I'm not over leveraged right now. Excuse me. And I'm just kind of waiting it out. I did actually put in a couple of work orders for Ethereum right around the $1,900 range, just in case, and also the $2,000 range, just in case it did drop to a lower level. I would have that opportunity to potentially buy more Ethereum because right now I'm still on my journey towards 32 Ethereum. I would love to run and operate a node, if for nothing else, just to keep supporting the community. So with that being said, I want to hop into this article with you guys. And what it is you see here, it says, after Googling it, the CFTC boss says DeFi is a bad idea and probably illegal. So looking at this, you can see here, look at this quote. Not only do I think that unlicensed DeFi markets for derivative instruments are a bad idea, but I also don't see how they are legal under the CEA. Now, when I see this, the thing I always think about is, okay, they're concerned with the DeFi markets, and I guess I want to know, like, who are they concerned about, and what are they really concerned about? And when I read over this, it seems like what they're arguing is that their concern is more for the safety of the consumers. Me and you, the little guy. And so my question is that, how come there's not so much concern back in 2008 when the market collapsed and everybody lost all of their life savings and people were depressed and people were, you remember Occupy Wall Street and all these different things that were going on? How come there wasn't this level of concern for the consumer or the other retail investor when the big bankers and the big institutions were pretty much manipulating the markets and they took these huge gains? How come no one went to jail over that? How come we still allow these types of derivatives right now? And yet you're trying to stop this new intermediary, this new kind of individualized way of creating wealth and controlling your wealth with DeFi. And it all comes down to this point right here. I thought this was really interesting. So what he says is, for all the reasons we should not permit DeFi to become an unregulated shadow financial market, in direct competition with regulated markets, the CFTC, together with other regulators, need to focus more attention on this growing concern. So this is what he's getting at right here. If you read right here, a threshold question is whether the public will benefit from disrupting the current financial system. So they might not even think that we will benefit from this disruption that relies extensively on financial intermediaries. Well, who are those intermediaries that they're talking about? Let's take a look here. They're talking about banks. They're talking about exchanges. They're talking about future commission merchants, payment clearinghouse facilities, asset managers, AKA middlemen. This is what the system has always been built on. Me and you don't have that direct connection. And every time that there are middlemen involved, guess what? There are fees attached along the way. The system's been built like that for hundreds of years. And as you can see here, they even talk about it in here that they developed over the past 200 or 300 years of modern banking and finance reliability to provide critical financial services to support the financial markets and the investing public. That's the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest lie. It's not about protecting the interests of the financial public. It's about keeping these institutions and making sure the same people are allowed to make the same amount of money that they've always made. And with DeFi, we're kind of going around those boundaries. So I don't like the fact that they're trying to paint this narrative around that they're trying to protect the consumer. They always do the same thing. They're trying to protect the consumer. But again, what I would ask is that where were these protections in 2008, and how come there was no justice when the people who crashed the economy, how come there was no justice for them going to jail, right? Where were all these people that should have been in jail? How come they didn't go to jail? And so this is kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today. I wanted to kind of just share with you guys about the DeFi markets and how they're going to try to create a narrative around it as it's unsafe and they're trying to protect the average consumer, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, we all know what this is about. It's about the infrastructure and the change in power. This disruption is going to take away the power of several different middlemen. That's what this is all about. And so when we start to kind of explore this, just keep that in mind with how these things kind of go. And just so you guys are aware, the CFTC, it stands for the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. So keep an eye on that. I wanted to share this article with you. And I just want to share with you about how this whole thing is going to be operating with the traditional markets and DeFi. This is just the beginning. I want you guys to stay aware. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys have to say and think about what I just said in the comments below. You know, I'm not always right, but we always have a great conversation in the comments. Please let me know what you think and I'll be sure to respond. And I'll see you guys again here real soon.